You're born into congratulations, you're important. And somehow it immediately feels like a threat. In Westeros, being the heir to anything, a house, a keep, a crown, a cursed family sword with too much backstory, is basically signing up for a lifelong internship with death, trauma, and unreasonable expectations. Not a chosen one, a designated target. Welcome to the worst promotion package in the Seven Kingdoms. Congratulations, you're a plot device. You don't get a normal childhood. You don't get to be that kid who likes horses, or that kid who eats dirt, or that kid who wants to be a baker. No. From the moment someone announces, heir to house, insert trauma here, has been born, you're no longer a person. You're
the future of the realm.
The hope of the lineage.
The one who won't screw it up like the last guy.
Every adult you meet looks at you as if you're a walking investment. Nurses don't tuck you in. They assess your posture. Your parents don't ask,
"Are you happy?"
They ask,
Are you ready?
and you're 5. Psychologically, this is identity foreclosure, when the role of heir gets assigned to you before you have any idea who you are. Your actual personality, optional. Your title, mandatory. You aren't growing up, you're loading. Your birth was a press conference. Normal babies are born into families. You're born into politics. The moment you arrive, ravens start flying like someone just dropped a scandal. Maesters take notes. Septs ring bells. Random old men at feasts start saying things like,
"I knew the child would be strong."
They don't know that. You've been alive for 8 minutes and already half the room is mapping your potential alliances. Somewhere, a bard is mentally drafting a song titled, "Of this child, great things were whispered." No pressure. Your first milestones aren't first word, first step, first tooth. There, first time you hold a wooden sword.
A natural warrior.
First time you look at a map.
Such a mind for strategy.
First time you don't cry during a thunderstorm.
Truly a leader.
You're not allowed to just be. You have to perform being promising. Under the hood, that's early performance conditioning. Your sense of worth gets tied to how much people approve of you as the future of whatever they care about. You're not loved because you exist. You're loved if you fulfill the marketing. Childhood, the prequel to expectations. Other noble kids get pressure. You get prophecy-level pressure. Every conversation you overhear sounds like,
He'll be a great lord one day.
"He must learn to rule."
He must be better than his father.
cool, you're 9. Your daily schedule looks like weapons training with someone who has killed at least 3 men before breakfast. History lessons that are just thinly veiled warnings.
And then this heir failed and everybody died.
Lectures on duty, honor, and not embarrassing the family name. If you're lucky, you get 1 hour alone with your own thoughts. If you're unlucky, that hour is spent listening to a parent say,
"You know you'll wear this crown one day."
"Crown? You're still losing teeth." Psychologically, this is anxiety programming. Your brain learns that the future is not a series of possibilities. It's a fixed tunnel you must walk down. Any deviation feels like failure. Any desire that isn't lead, marry well, don't die feels selfish. You don't ask,
Who do I want to be?
you ask,
How do I not disappoint the ghosts of 12 dead ancestors?
sibling rivalry, but make it lethal. If you have siblings, congratulations. You've unlocked bonus suffering. On paper, you're the heir, and they're the spare. In reality, it's a psych experiment in resentment. Your younger sibling grows up knowing,
No matter what I do, I'll never be the one.
you grow up knowing,
If I fail, everyone will wish it was them instead.
every compliment you get is a comparison.
You'll be a fine lord, unlike your brother.
You're the sensible one.
You're the one with a head for numbers.
Which sounds nice, until you realize it's just weaponized praise. Now, your worth is measured against the people you love. Over time, this mutates into a perfect little psychological cocktail. For you, imposter syndrome.
What if they were right about my brother?
For them, inferiority complex.
What if I'd be better than you? If I had the chance?
And in Westeros, the chance is usually delivered via murder, rebellion, or tragic hunting accident. Sibling rivalry where the stakes are mom's attention, normal. Sibling rivalry where the stakes are, one of us will inherit, the other might be executed in a coup. That's intergenerational trauma with a side of steel. Your friendships are background checks. You don't get friends, you get potential liabilities. Every kid you meet is from a house your parents care about, has a parent with an agenda, is casually evaluating if you'd make a good ally, husband, or stepping stone. You can't just be like,
This guy's fun. We both like sword fighting.
no, you have to think.
If I trust him now, will he betray me later for a better marriage pact?
Every smile comes with subtext. Every shared secret comes with risk. This is chronic social vigilance. You're never off duty in relationships. Your nervous system treats every interaction as a negotiation. You learn to scan for betrayal even in friendship. Because in this world, half the people who call you my lord are also picturing your funeral. Your education is a disaster warning. Your lessons are not about you. They're about all the ways you can die if you rule badly. You study history, a greatest hits compilation of heirs who messed up. Politics, everyone smiles, no one means it. Warfare, here's what happens if you trust the wrong banner. Etiquette, offend the wrong noble, lose 3 villages. Every chapter ends with, and that is how this heir lost their kingdom. You're not learning for curiosity, you're learning for survival. Psychologically, that's high-stakes cognition. Your brain pairs mistake with mass death. Every choice feels like an exam you can't retake. Every preference, which bannermen you like, which advisors you trust, feels like pulling a lever in a room full of hidden traps. You don't develop decision-making. You develop decision paralysis wrapped in a brave face. Betrothed at birth, emotionally unavailable by 12. Hope you weren't attached to the idea of choosing who you love, because somewhere in a dim council room, your future has already been negotiated over watered wine and mutual blackmail. It goes like this.
Your heir will marry my heir, and together our children will inherit double the political misery.
You grow up knowing the name of your future spouse before you know your own favorite food. You're told,
It's a good match.
It will strengthen the house.
You should be grateful.
but no one asks,
Do you like them?
Do they scare you?
Do you even like people?
Psychologically, this is attachment distortion. Love becomes transactional, measured in banners, gold, and troop numbers. Intimacy becomes a duty. Attraction is optional. Compatibility is a luxury item no one budgeted for. And if you do fall for someone else, congratulations, you've unlocked guilt, panic, potential civil war. In Westeros, falling in love with the wrong person isn't just a bad idea. It's treason with extra kissing. You are a walking hostage negotiation. As an heir, your body is less yours and more portable leverage. You can be sent as a ward to another lord, fancy word for hostage with homework, invited to another castle, guest who mysteriously can't leave, offered as collateral. We trust you. No, we don't. Every feast, tournament, or visit is also a risk assessment. You sit at someone else's table thinking,
Is this hospitality or set up?
will you ride home after this? Or will you be politely detained for the good of the realm? This is threat-based embodiment. Your nervous system never fully registers safety in any space because you are the bargaining chip everyone wants. Being important means being capturable. Think Theon Greyjoy, but with less plot armor and more quiet dread. War isn't a story. It's your performance review. When war comes, and it always comes, your entire existence becomes one big evaluation. Did you support the right claimant? Answer the right banners? Show enough courage but not enough stupidity? Avoid dying in the first battle but still get blood on your sword? Every move you make is judged if you stay cautious,
Is he weak?
if you act bold,
Is he reckless?
if you fall in battle,
He died a hero. What a waste.
if you survive.
How convenient. Must have been hiding.
Psychologically, this is no-win evaluation trauma. Your worth is always weighed after the fact, with perfect hindsight and zero empathy. Any outcome can be spun as flaw. Any survival can be questioned. Meanwhile, you're wading through blood, screaming, the smell of burning wood and flesh, soldiers calling you my lord, and
Please don't get us all killed.
Leadership isn't theory anymore. It's picking which group of people you'd like enough to feel guilty about forever. Prophecy. The worst performance review of all. If prophecy gets involved, just go lie down in the snow. Maybe someone calls you
The prince that was promised.
The stallion who mounts the world.
The one who will fix everything the last king broke.
sounds glorious, feels like burning. The moment a priest, witch, or dragon-worshipping enthusiast mumbles over a fire about your destiny, you stop being a person and become symbolic property. Now, every choice you make is judged against a script you never saw. If you hesitate,
Is he truly the promised one?
if you fail,
Did we back the wrong Messiah?
if you succeed,
Ah, of course, destiny.
psychologically, this is narrative possession. Your life gets overwritten by other people's stories. There is no space for mundane desires. Doubt becomes blasphemy. Regret becomes weakness. You're expected to be inevitable, while still improvising through trauma. Advisors, the chorus of subtle doom. No matter what you inherit, small holdfast or iron throne, you inherit advisors. These include a master of coin who smiles and says,
The crown's finances are perfectly stable.
while quietly inventing new ways to owe everyone in Westeros money. A master of whisperers who only talks in half-truths and metaphors, absolutely knows more than he admits, and somehow already has intel on thoughts you haven't had yet. A hand who is either competent and permanently exhausted, incompetent and weirdly overconfident, or treating your throne like a try-before-you-buy chair. Priests, knights, uncles, and trusted friends who all swear they want what's best for you. They do not want what's best for you. They want what's best for themselves, through you. This is distributed power anxiety. Control is an illusion. You sign the decrees, but half of them were written by someone else. You declare, but they suggest. If things go well, they were loyal servants. If things go badly, you were badly advised. Either way, your head is the one on the block. Grief as a job requirement. Being an heir means outliving people you were never emotionally prepared to lose. Parents, you're raised to replace them. Mentors, you outgrow them or bury them. Siblings, half of them die in wars you didn't want, plots you didn't start, or rebellions you barely understand. Every death becomes a political moment, a succession issue, a test of your composure. You're expected to mourn quietly, stand tall at funerals, make inspiring speeches over corpses. Inside, your nervous system is doing long division with trauma. You're stacking unresolved grief on top of constant pressure, on top of impending danger. Psychologically, this is compound loss. You never get to fully process anything. Before one wound heals, 3 more open. You learn to function on top of pain, not beneath it. Vulnerability becomes a luxury you cannot afford. You're never allowed to just quit. In any sane world, if the job was this bad, you'd walk away. Not in Westeros. You don't get to say,
You know what? I don't want the throne. I'd like to be a blacksmith. Can someone else handle the civil war?
the last guy who tried to opt out. Bran, dragged into rulership anyway. Jon, sent to the wall again because he was too honest and too useful. Daenerys, tried to break the wheel, accidentally set the board on fire. Tommen chose the hard reset route and swan dived out of the game entirely. The system doesn't let heirs resign. It either breaks them, kills them, or crowns them in a state of permanent burnout. Psychologically, that's entrapment, a lack of perceived exit. Your brain learns that every path leads back to duty. Freedom becomes a fantasy. Rest becomes suspicious. The crown is a fancy burnout badge. One day, if you're lucky, you finally inherit. You become lord, lady, call, king, queen, or some other title that basically means person everyone blames. You sit where your father or mother sat. You hear the same arguments they did. You feel the same weight they carried, and you realize,
Oh, they were never in control either.
from the outside, the crown looked like power. From the inside, it feels like constant crisis management with nicer clothes. Psychologically, this is arrival disillusionment. The moment you reach the place you were trained your whole life to reach. And it doesn't fix you. It doesn't make you happy. It just gives you a better view of how broken everything is. You don't think,
I've made it.
you think,
Oh gods, this is it, forever.
why it really sucks to be an heir in Game of Thrones. So why does it suck? Because you lose your childhood to training, lose your identity to duty, lose your privacy to politics, lose your relationships to alliances, lose your choices to other people's plans, lose your safety to your own importance. You're a person, treated like a symbol, a bargaining chip, a future headline, a walking insurance policy for your family name. Psychologically, you're the perfect storm of identity foreclosure, chronic anxiety, survivor's guilt, performance-based self-worth, learned helplessness wrapped in expensive fabric. The great irony? The stable boy in the corner has more freedom than you. The peasant in the field has more anonymity than you. The sellsword with no last name has more choices than you. You have everything, except a life that belongs to you. So if you woke up tomorrow in Westeros and someone said,
Congratulations, you're the heir.
would you take it? Would you accept the title, the castle, the crown, knowing it comes bundled with therapy you'll never get, enemies you've never met, and expectations you never agreed to? Or would you quietly hand the sigil to someone else and go open a tiny bread shop in Dorne? Drop your answer in the comments. Heir, spare, or mysterious person who changes their name and moves very far away. Smash that like button if your brain feels 30% more traumatized, but 70% clearer on why every chosen one in Westeros looks so tired. And hit subscribe if you're into ideas that stick, figures that sketch, and breakdowns that make fantasy feel a little too real. Ready for your next system update? Tap here and keep playing smart.